Welcome back to SK Hobbies AZ, and I am Stitch. And on this episode, we're doing phase 2 of the upgrades to the Axial SCX24 C10. So stay tuned. All right, well, welcome back. So this is part 2. So we've already got everything installed, and let me go ahead and show you guys what we got. All right, so here we are. So we did do the wheel mount on the back of my wife's rig. I haven't put it on here yet because I want to do some run videos to see what the difference is with running it with that extra weight on here and without running the extra weight. So we've got that coming. So let's open it up. So we do have all of the phase 1 modifications that we've already done with relocating the ESC back here and the battery up front, and we did those shocks on the previous episode on both of the C10s. So now, as you can see, we've got the Holmes Hobby motor installed in both rigs. So I'm also going to put up here on the screen in the corner, so when you do the plate on it, you've got to drill some new holes. So you'll see in this picture that we've already, we lined it up, we drilled holes to mount the Holmes Hobbies motor. The holes are basically opposite of the holes that are mounted. Not a big deal, it was super easy. And I just kind of guesstimated where the hole should be based on the other holes, and it lined up pretty good. And then also you're going to see having to do the wires. So you got to do a little soldering with them, not a big deal. In this hobby, if you don't know how to solder, you should learn. And I do have a video, and there'll be a link in the description below on soldering and how to do some soldering. And we're going to do some more soldering instructions later on too. But you get the wires soldered on. Now I did notice that the polarity is reversed on these motors, and so I had to flip those wires. I soldered up my wife's and realized it was in reverse. There isn't a way that I found. If you guys know a way of going into these ESCs and flipping the and reversing the motor, let me know. I couldn't figure it out. So I may just be dumb on that aspect, but I just went ahead and flipped the wires on how they were soldered in, put it back together, and they run pretty good. So one thing I did notice with these is, we're running the V1 electronics in both of these rigs. On my wife's electronics, it has a switch on the controller. We'll show you guys right here. So there's a switch that's right here that you can do kind of like a high, medium, and low. On my wife's, when we bought it, I didn't really complain about it, but we could only run it in the medium and the low side. For some reason, we couldn't adjust the wheel speed, and if you turned on to that high and everything, the vehicle just started taking off really slowly. So that was an issue with that ESC. But when we swapped out this motor, for some reason that issue went away. So I'm not sure whether it's the motor or if there was an issue with the ESC, but we went ahead and tried it out in my wife's rig, and everything seems to work good. You got that 3 different speeds. I know in the V1 you don't have, or in the V2 electronics, you don't really have that switch because you get the full range on the trigger. So we're going to go ahead and do a short little run of each one of these so you guys can see it go up the hill, and we'll show you how fast it goes, and then stay tuned for an additional video of doing some run play time with them, with me and the wife, and then of course you guys are going to see some YouTube shorts come up. So let me go ahead so there you have it. Phase 2 is complete. Like I said, there's going to be some more. Eventually, both of these rigs are going to end up with a brushless system in it, but we wanted to do it in stages for you guys so you guys can see, building it on a budget and trying to keep the cost low. So we're not going to buy any like super high-end upgrades for this, other than we're probably going to get Furatech brushless systems for it, which that can be a little bit high priced in the market here, but that's going to be towards the end. We're going to try to stay with some of the Endura product lines, some Mofo RC, and some stuff off of Amazon to kind of keep the cost low and show you guys some of these upgrades that you can do for these SCX24s. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and bash that bell. I'm Stitch, SK Hobbies AZ. And before I'm out, stay tuned. There's going to be a little bit of run at the end. But for me, I'm out. All right, so we got them both turned on. You can see we've got everything turned on them. Just to kind of let you guys know, these motors weren't really that expensive. I think they're like 13 bucks. I think it's $12.99. I'll put a link in the description. Bought them directly from Holmes Hobbies. He ships really quick. I ordered them on Friday and they came today, which is Monday. So you guys will be seeing this video on Tuesday, but you know, they're very inexpensive. A little bit of hard labor you got to do on your own, but let's go ahead and see. Currently right now this is set to our high setting, so we're going to show you how fast it goes. So reverse kind of is a little bit slower than what we had on the other ones. But you got that, and then you have your medium speed. Which is right here. You can see reverse is just a little bit slower on it. And then now we'll do low. So one thing I noticed is you get a lot of, even though this low speed's slow, that's low speed, you still get a lot of torque out of this little motor. So let's go ahead and tackle the wall. So this is what I call our wall. It's a rock. It's about a 37-degree incline, and we're going to try this on slow. We did this after our phase 1, and basically it made it up. It just needed a little bit of extra weight. So we're going to see what this wheel well does to it. So it's not going off of slow. Let's give it full speed. There you go. So it does it. You know, I think that we get some good beadlock wheels on it, or beadlock rims, get some good wheels on it, and I think that it's going to do a lot better climbing up there. But let's try our second problem right here. So this one is climbing up this side of the rock, getting up on the top up there. So there you go. So it climbs up that way. So let's go ahead and check out the other C10. All right, so here is my C10 without the wheel weight on it. So you can see that's the fast mode right there. Now one thing, if you notice, if you look at mine, it kind of leans to the passenger side right there. I'm thinking that it's got some torque issues when it comes to the drive shafts and my springs. So we're going to be upgrading our springs on it and see if we can get that to kind of go away. But let's go ahead and check the wall. So there you go, we got the wall. Let's go ahead and try our second problem over here. All right, so you guys already should know this. We're going to be running right up there. All right, there you go. So there's our two problems that we had some issues with in the past. We still struggling a little bit, but I think as we upgrade to some more brass and some aluminum and get some more upgrades on it, we should be looking a lot better. So we're going to continue doing both of these two problems throughout our upgrades and see how things go. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe and bash that bell. I'm Stitch, SK Hobbies AZ, and I'm out.